we are live and in color. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, the champ is here, baby. Yes. Intimate discoveries, unveiling connections, the podcast, redefining the conversation around what it means to be intimate. Yes, this another love talk. This is groundbreaking conversations on what it truly means to be intimate. In a world of connection often feels superficial, we dive deep, exploring the layers of what it truly means to be intimate. In each episode, we peel back the layers, the myths and truths, engaging with real life experts and real life stories, and uncovering the insights and challenges of what you thought it meant to be intimate. I'm your host, Champ Franklin. I'm here, baby! Come on! Yes!
And I'm here to stay, never go down.
Oh!
Cause I'm a
A champion!
Cause I'm a champion.
Yes, on our way
Cause I'm a
to 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 or buzz, baby. That's what we're doing. So you want to make sure that you subscribe. Yes, subscribe and like this podcast because we are going global. You heard it right here first. The champ is here, baby, and we are just doing amazing stuff right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you that this has been an amazing week. And before you know it, before you know it, I'm telling you, it's worldwide, baby. It's worldwide. And I want to say to everyone that today is a really special day. I have an amazing guest who's coming on. And we're going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. It's my friends who know me know that when it is your birthday, and I know that it's your birthday, it come up on my phone, I see it on Facebook, uh, and I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you because I want to know how you're doing. I want to check on you. And there's a song, it's called People, and one of the taglines in it says that, have you checked on me? He says that I've been drinking for the last 5 days. Have you checked on me? Have you my eyes are red, but I don't smoke weed. Have you checked on me? And so there's so many things that goes on in individuals' lives that we have to stop and check on each other. Check on your friends, and and I tell you, it means a lot. And I tell my family, my sisters, people text me on my birthday. I'm like, listen, you don't get points for texting me on my birthday, so don't even try it. If you had a moment to text, you had a moment to call. And so one of the reasons, there's several reasons why I want individuals to call me, because one, I call you. And so if I can call you in an intimate relationship, we found out that reciprocity is non-negotiable. So if I'm calling you for your birthday, the action that is reciprocal is that you call me back. You call me on my birthday. And that's what we got to do. We have to be able to do that. We have to call and check on people, because you're here one day and then the next day you're gone. And it is imperative that we take the time to call and check on each other. We know that veterans, we have every day, 22 veterans commit suicide each day. And to be able to call a veteran, call a loved one and check on them. It may be the thing that saves their lives and gives them a chance to get things right in their lives, or to change the trajectory of what they believe is about to happen, or why they need to leave the world in this particular um, instance. So make sure that you call call your friends, call your mom, call your loved ones, and just check on them. Just say, hey, here's an example. Just call and say, hey, I don't need anything. I just want to call you to check on you and to see if you're in your best space. Hold on 1 minute. I'm going to invite a friend, Anissa. There we go, right there. Search. Yes, come on. Anissa Marie Bass. Yes, that's what we want to be able to do. Yes. Invite to join. Yes. So we're waiting for, let me see here, at ANISSAMARIEBASS return. So I'm looking and wanting to invite individuals to come on and have the conversation and be able to share what's going on with them, and we want to be able to be there and make contact with each other. And so do that. Call, like I say, call your mom. Because again, we got statistics that show um, that it's important for us to be able to reach out with each other, and you never know the impact that will have on each other. I'll give you an example. I know my mom. She's going through an issue with cancer, and one of the things that I'm big on is having the grandchildren call her, call your grandma, just check on her. We know that everybody's not going to live forever, but at this moment, at least help them to feel their best. And it's just something that taking 3 minutes out of your day to do that is important. And you know that I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you're not that busy. You're not that busy. So because you're not that busy, stop and pick up the phone. Like I said, it goes a long way. I'm telling you, time after time, I picked up the phone. I've called somebody. For example, I called one of my friends, whose birthday happened to be today, and I didn't have her phone number, but I had her on Facebook Messenger, so I called her on Facebook Messenger, and we had a conversation, and we talked, and I ended up talking to her husband, and as a result of that conversation, it is possible that I will come and speak at one of their events, either this year or in the upcoming year. It's going to be either this year or next year, but I know I'm coming to speak because of the conversation that we had, and her husband knowing my plight, my struggle, my journey, and the way that I explained to him about the lessons that I learned through my marriage, being intimate and the lack thereof, and being a high reliable partner. All of those things came together for him, who had been married 45 years. They've been married 45 years. And so, of course, and I tell him that I go by the numbers. And I was explaining to him that in my marriage, there was 1,000 weekends in my marriage. And the thing that I explained to him was that the requirement for me was to sleep in 1 week, just sleep in one weekend, sleep in on the weekends for me. And I didn't I didn't do 200 out of 1,000. I didn't do 20% of the requests that was asked of me, simply because I had this idea that the longer you sleep, I told her this. I had this Chinese proverb that said, "The longer you sleep, the shorter your life is." And so, I'm getting up. I want to spend my whole life up. What kind of foolishness is that? But that was what I believed, and there was nothing that she could say to me that would get me to sleep in, um, and want to sleep in and want to be there. And that is some of the challenges that we have in our marriages today, that your partner can ask you to do something that you are capable of doing, and for whatever reason, you find a way not to do it. You find a way not to do it, and that's not fair. And then can justify why you didn't get it done. And so the thing that I share with him is that that's not being a high reliable partner. That's not even being reliable. I can't ask you to do something as simple as sleep in today, because my love language is quality time. And when you decide not to sleep in with me, I don't experience that feeling of loving and belonging. And I want to feel that with my husband or with my wife. I want to feel that with you. And so I missed it. But again, I don't want you to miss it, which is why I'm on my podcast, Intimate Discoveries, the podcast redefining the conversation around what it means to be intimate. The reason why I'm sharing my story, my pain, my process, is because I don't want you to experience divorce in the degree in which I experienced it. Simply because you might be like I was, and thinking that you're winning. You're making more money than you've ever made before. Your friends that you hang around with are not as smart as you. And so, when you compare your life to them, it appears, bam, bam, bam. Those are air quotes. It appears that you are winning. And like me, I had answers. I had answers for everybody, for everything, because I walked around in confidence that I knew what I was doing. I knew what was going on, because for me, I had gone from E1 to Lieutenant Commander. Um, Statistics show that only 4% of black men have master degrees. 4%. And here I am with two master's degrees. And who, I don't know who, oh my gosh, I don't have a friend that I can think of. In fact, I don't have three friends. I'm gonna do it like this. I may have one friend who has two master's degrees, but I don't have three friends who have two master's degrees. Therefore, um, it was impossible for me to. Well, it wasn't impossible, but it was a challenge for me to feel like I could come to talk to them about something. And therein lies another problem, that we as men, we gotta come to the place where we can be vulnerable with each other, that we can share our truths, and that we can share feelings and experiences with one another. And it is on us that we start that process soon. And so, like I said, I just invite you to search when someone joins. You can. Okay, got it. Let me see here. You have no requests. Let me see here. At ANISSAMARIEBASS return. Come on, let me see. And so let me tell y'all something. Here's one thing that I truly believe, right? Um, I will ask um whenever I will ask you I will ask you to continue to make progress in your life, in your relationships. And I'll tell you that I know that I'm in the right space. I know that God is moving on my behalf. I know that the impact that I'm having on lives and in relationships is bountiful and bountiful, right? Or whatever it is, you know what I'm trying to say. It's a lot. It's huge. And because of the impact that I'm having on relationships and individuals' lives, there are spiritual forces out there that try to hinder my progress. And I'll tell you, like I tell the devil, I'm making progress. So I don't care what you do, um, because I'm making progress. So the reason why I say that is on my Instagram, I should be able to invite somebody to join, right? And and right now, hold on. Oh my gosh. Um, we gonna see, right? And I should be able to click and find someone who um wants to be on, right? I could be able to find somebody. But for some reason, I can't search or find anyone to invite because it's not showing. And it's unfair to me. It's unfair to my audience because I should be able um to be able to do it, right? Reconnecting. Here we are right now, reconnecting 5G, and I'm gonna do this here. Hold on. Let's try now, right? At AN. Come on. There we go. ISSA Marie MARIE Bass BASS return. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. And so it's just what happens. And I don't care. And so I just again staying on topic today, our topic that we want to be able to have the conversation about um about checking in on your friends and what we miss when we do not check on our friends and what happens when we do check them, right? And I just think that it's just time that we begin to do that, to check on each other at ANISSA return. And like I say, for me, it's just crazy. It is crazy. And I don't know what is happening right now that individuals aren't able to come on to my Instagram. But again, I know that it is because um, it is. Yes, I got you. I got you. Yeah. So I just, like I said, for me, we gonna keep the press on. We gonna keep moving, um, and we gonna make it happen. So my thing again is, let me see here. Uh, a Again, my thing is that we gotta be able to make the connection. And this is crazy. All right. Okay, let me see here. A-N-I. Yep. Yeah. So it is it, that's just it. Let me see here. Bell. Bell. There we go. Bella Blue. Come on, Laura. We're gonna have Laura come in here. We're gonna talk about grief and being able to um, invite your friends to come in and share with you. And it's really important that we start this process sooner rather when you after you listen to this podcast. I want you to have a conviction in your heart that I'm just going to I'm going to start calling people. I'm going to start going back to the good old days, you know, when we picked up the phone and we had a conversation with each other and they felt connected, right? And that is a missed experience. And so one of you all, I saw this Instagram post earlier today where it was talking about how we have shifted from seeing whiteness as great, and um, the purpose of this conversation or this clip that I saw was to remind us as black people that when what it meant to be black prior to 1954 was that blackness was great. He was talking about Booker T. Washington, talk about different individuals in sports, Arthur Ashe, individuals who were in broadcasting. He talked about Hank Aaron with the most home runs in a single season. Just going down the list, engineers, doctors, and it was it was inspiring to me to continue my quest to share my greatness and the best part of Champ Franklin. And I want you to just take a moment and sit back and just ask yourself, am I exuding the level of excellence in which I can do? And it's time for us to start, right? And so I can say she's coming on right, in a few minutes. I got she got an introduction. I got to introduce her so that we my all the listeners can know and understand her. And so it is like I said, we getting it. So one another thing I want to share with you all as we continue to experience the best of our relationships. I want to share with you there is an emotional thesaurus, and I want you to, if you can pick up a copy, it helps you to understand um, different emotions. And so, let's say, for example, there's disappointment. The definition: a state of dismay or dissatisfaction, feeling of letdown, right? And then they give you physical signs: um, lowering one head, lips pressing tight, shoulders drooping or dropping and slumping. Uh, Internal sensation: a heart that feels like it's shrinking, a clenching stomach. Um, Cues. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Cues of suppressed disappointment. And this is something that we want to look at. I think it's so powerful because as a man and me beginning to numb my emotions, this is something that I can use, information I can use, and you can use it too, because oftentimes we suppress it. We're like, all right, I'll be all right, or I got to be a strong black woman, I got to be a strong black man, I got to be a strong man or woman, I got to be able to persevere through it, and you don't give yourself the time or space to experience those feelings and emotions, and so cues of suppressed disappointment. A slight lip press. You just walk around, just slight lip press, dropping the shoulders, then hitching them up again, right? Offering false cheer, a weak smile, right? That you've been suppressing disappointment for so long, citing a backup plan or list. Oh my gosh. Someone who has suppressed disappointment they often cite a backup plan or list more options. And so for all my listeners, I want to encourage you to turn your life around and transform your mindsets to overcome this suppressed disappointment, because I don't want you to have a plan B, plan C, or look at other options, because days of disappointment for you can be over. You just have to decide that no matter what, I don't get disappointed, right? Matter of fact, when I experience disappointment, I let it out. I recognize it as the feeling and emotion that I'm having. I'm not suppressing it anymore. So take the moment to feel, take the moment to experience, take the moment to share, take the moment to be present. And if you're disappointed at something, that moment has passed. Don't let that moment of disappointment fuel your future ineptness. Don't allow it to be the roadblock that, watch this, that you put down, the hurdles that you put in place, the hills that you put in place that may not ever exist because you're going a different route. You're going a different route. And so I don't want you to take a step back. I want you to continue to lean forward in your dreams. Lean forward in your aspirations. Lean forward in your goals. Because you don't have to suppress disappointment. Let disappointment be itself. Understand that that was a learning moment and that you have to put in more hours. If you're not making your goals, if you're not reaching them, the chances are that you're not putting in enough hours. That's it, period. The thing is that you don't have enough hours to be up there, to be at the top, to be runner up. You don't have enough hours on the clock. When you look at Steph Curry, you look at Kobe Bryant, you look at Michael Jordan, those guys have over 10,000 hours of practice. Period. Period. When you look at their lives, when you look at how much time they practice, when you look at the challenge, how great they are, what equates to greatness is the amount of hours that you put into it. And so when you look at somebody who appears as though they're not as great as other players, as other individuals, is simply because of the amount of hours and the opportunities that they seize to put in those hours, right? Oh my gosh. And so here we are. You wave. All right, let's do this here. Come on in. Invite. Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Oh my gosh. This is about to be, and this is about to go to the next level, right? And I'm excited. I am tremendously excited that Sheilern's getting ready to come in. Mr. Join. Right, absolutely. Come on, come on. Oh my gosh. Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you
I'm
doing?
doing wonderful. Hold on, I gotta bring you in the right way,
Wait a
ladies and
minute.
gentlemen.
Let me put my little poster up.
Put
Hold
your
on.
poster up. Get yourself together.
Let me get my little self together. This poster might fall down.
Yes, come on, third level MG. Come on. Oh my gosh, this is just absolutely amazing.
This is horrible.
No, no, I'm telling you, this is great. And so, individuals who are while we're waiting for the our main guest, right? We were talking about suppressing disappointment,
Yeah,
and
this ain't gonna work.
that's all right.
Let me just put it back down on the ground and leave it alone until I figure that out. Okay, we're gonna leave
Okay,
that alone.
beautiful,
All right.
beautiful, beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce a young lady who struggle, who perseverance, whose spirit continues to flourish. Our guest tonight is not is an author, actress, activist, nurse, veteran, mother, and and a widow.
And a widow.
And a widow. And she's coming here today to discuss the importance of checking in on your friends. And as we also talk about this, she's going to share a lot of other things on her journey because she has a lot going on that you need to be, not need to, you can be involved in, right? Making an impact in individuals' lives. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Miss Anissa Bass. You hear the applause?
Yeah, I hear it.
Ow!
How you doing?
Yes,
How you
I'm doing
doing?
wonderful.
What's
I
going
see you back
on?
there. I see you. I see
I'm
you.
trying
There it is.
I done cut all my hair off.
Listen, you're looking good. You're looking good. You're doing your thing.
Thank you, thank you for having me. Yeah, so I'm excited to be here. This is my first time on this broadcast. So do I need to share this live with others so they can watch too?
You can absolutely.
Yeah, share video. Okay.
Yeah, share video. They can come on in on the podcast and learn and come in and again understand hear the importance of checking in on your friend. And I know you got some heartfelt stories to share and why it's important to check in. So,
Yeah.
all
Close
right.
my door. So what I wanted to talk about really quickly with checking in on your friends is August 10th, a day I'll never forget. That is the day that my husband passed away from stomach cancer. However, on that day as well, a really good friend of mine, her name is Aaliyah Hinkson, Aaliyah Simone Hinkson. She had subsequently passed away on that day as well. We just spent some time together. We were at a white party. We were talking about being on the committee together for the sneaker ball that's coming up with DFD.
Dinner with friends.
DWF, yeah. And she kind of pulled me out of my grief because I was starting to kind of go back into just my seclusion and being, a homebody, not coming out, not wanting to meet people, not wanting to talk to people. And she grabbed me up and she was just like, Anissa, your energy is so magnetic. People need to hear you. They need to see you, meet you, talk to you. I want to bring you into my group of friends. And I thought that was just so great, So we spent a lot of time on the phone talking. However, and I would always follow up. I would always call her back, when I missed her call. But I have a sense of regret, and I have a sense of maybe I didn't check on her enough. You know what I mean? I didn't call enough. I mean, I don't want to get nosy with people, but it's just sometimes people they can give you, a representative of, what you think is going on, and behind the scenes there's so much more. And her and I were both nurses. We spoke the same language when it came to healthcare and, different things like that. So I was just really taken aback the day that I heard that she passed. I sat in my car for about 2 hours, literally, and I cried because I just could not believe that. But it's very important to just check on your friends, especially your strong friends. And she was definitely a strong friend. We all have to leave this world. We all are walking through here, and we leave a bit of ourselves with people when we journey this way. So I would say that she left a big impact on me, on my heart, and it's just important to value those angels when you have those people in your life. It's just very significant for me to remember that day, because she was not only trying to help me through my grief, she passed away on that day. So that day has significant meaning for me now. And that was a lot of the inspiration as to why I did cut my hair, because I was trying to just start over, have a new beginning, and also advocate and represent the many patients that cut their hair when they're receiving chemotherapy. I was a chicken when my husband received his chemo. I didn't cut my hair. I cut his hair, and I should have cut my hair that night. But I was just like, I wasn't thinking about myself. I was just trying to make him comfortable. But I was like, no, I should have cut my hair in solidarity with him, because chemo does make you lose your hair. Radiation does make your hair fall out. And so with that being said, my daughter's friend, she is now in remission. Her cancer did go in remission, thank God. She just got through with her chemo. And because of her being there for my daughter during all that with my husband, I told her that I would cut my hair also, for her friend as well. So that was the reason for that. I'm not worried about it. My daughter's hair is down her back, so I know my hair will grow back. I'm not worried about that. But yeah.
So your daughter was experiencing cancer as well?
Her friend.
Her best friend.
Las Vegas. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that young lady was there for my daughter during that whole time, when we got the diagnosis and we did the surgery and we did the radiation and the treatment. That little girl was on the phone with my daughter constantly, because kids, they need a support system as well. They don't understand the dynamics of what's going on, when it hits so close to home like that, So
yeah. I first of all, I just want to thank you for sharing your story with us. And like I said, I was saying earlier on the broadcast that I'm a stickler in calling people. And when it comes to my birthday, you can't, if you text me based on my perceived importance of you, you send me a text message, I'll call you and like, excuse me, that you don't get points for that. So don't think that because you text me on my birthday that you contacted me, and you can't get away with that. Simply because when I recognize it's your birthday, I'm calling you because I want to check on you,
Wow.
and to say, hey, happy birthday, and just let you know, nothing else. I don't need anything, but it's just to give you a call and say happy birthday, to check on you, to see how you doing.
Right.
And that has been a practice of mine. And I have one situation where my sister-in-law at the time, she sent me a text message, and I called her on my birthday, and I'm like, hey. I need you to call me back and wish me happy birthday.
Wow.
and and she called me back. I haven't got another text message from her on my birthday, nor have I gotten a call. Um,
Okay.
but the point is that you never know what somebody's going through.
Right.
You never know. You never know what's on that person's mind. You never know, and to be able to hear a familiar voice on the phone, um, can be the difference in life and death. Or it could be the difference between being suppressing disappointment and then overcoming disappointment, right?
Right.
And
Right.
but it really just depends, right? So you got other stuff. Did you anything else you wanted to share about that experience? What have you learned as a result, and what changes are you implementing in your life in regards to this newfound experience, this new experience?
You talking about you speaking mainly about the passing of my friend?
The passing of your friend, yes.
Um, that people never die. I think that if a person is in your heart, if you remember the conversation and the love that you shared for that person with that person, you can hold on to those memories forever, and they're only just a memory away.
Yes.
I think that all you have to do is just say their name, speak their name out, and remember them in that way. Send them lots of love, and all of that will be returned to you. And so I really fully believe the conversations that Aaliyah and I had in regards to death and in regards to my grief and how I was dealing with, the passing of my husband. It was like, okay, now we talked about that, all of that, and now I need you to show it to me. So it's like she's checking me right now, like she's telling me, I'm your angel now, girl. I told you was gonna be all right. And it's just like, wow. I just feel so blessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so blessed.
and that you said something that is very powerful in the sense that you're only a memory away. You're only a memory away, and you can have that person to come back. Yeah. And so I reference there's a scripture in the Bible where and it talks about what is eternal life. And it says this is eternal life, to know God. Mm-hmm. That you know God, that is eternal life. And for us to live forever, for us to continue to live, is based on we knowing each other.
Right.
Right. And like you were saying, we having those memories, we having those moments where we can recapture and bring that person back to life. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's so powerful. Mm-hmm. And I'll share this story with you, and then we're going to move on. Mm-hmm. There was this young lady who husband passed away. They were married. They were married for a long time, and the she was grieving, and her friends like, "Come on, girl, you gotta get through this. You gotta get past. You gotta come on. You need to go see this guy." And so there's this guy that if he pray for you, that he'll help you to get yourself together, whatever. And so he'll wipe it right on the way. And so she goes to talk to the guy, and she says, hey, my husband, passed away 5 years ago, and I'm having this pain. This pain is in my heart, and I want the pain to go away, right? And then he said, but they told me to come to you and you'll pray with me, and then it'll go away. And then the guy told her that the pain that you're experiencing is the reflection of the love that you have for your husband. Yeah. Right? It's the reflection. And then she said, oh, I don't want you to pray for me. I'll be okay. I want to be reminded of how much I loved him.
Yeah.
And so as long as that feeling is in my heart, it reminds me of the true love that I had for my husband.
Absolutely.
And and
Absolutely.
and I think that was so powerful.
Yeah,
So
it is. I think that grief lasts. Somebody had asked me one time, how long are you going to grieve, Anissa? How long does the grief last? And I said to that, I think grief lasts for as long as you have the memory and the love for that person. And it doesn't have to be bad grief. You know, I'm writing another book now. It's going to be called Good Grief. And I'm trying to find the silver lining and the blessing and the positive aspect of the grief, because you never get over the grief. You learn how to grow around it. It's always there,
right.
but the bigger you grow around it, the smaller the sadness of it is.
Right.
I can just say that Anthony is in the other room. He just got up and walked out of this room and walked in the other room, and he's sitting in there. And if I want to talk to him, all I have to do is just call his name out, and I believe that he will hear me. I believe that his spirit is in this house. It lives in all of us, in our hearts. And as long as I continue to speak his name, I continue to, talk positively about him and to his children. I mean, my God, when I look at the children, they look just like him. My kids look just like their dad. So, I'm learning how to maneuver around this grief. And so I know my calling is going to be great to help people, widows, get through that. Because I couldn't, there's no way I could have been sitting here today saying that I was going to be just like this. I didn't see it, and it's only been 2 years. And I do have my moments, where I'm totally still shocked, because it's not something that happened 2 years ago. It happens every morning. It happens every morning when I wake up. I remember it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't, the wound doesn't hurt as bad as it did, as it once did. Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful for you and your strength of resilience to get back and to continue to experience greater opportunities. And I think that's what Anthony will want, right? And for you to continue to be the best Anissa possible, right? So like I said earlier on, I didn't realize that I was I had gotten an invitation from an actress, or I say actor, right? I'm talking about. I saw you in your movie, in your show. What? Huh? How big time is that?
Many hats I wear.
Many hats that you wear. So you would we were talking. You were saying that your husband passed away from cancer, and you have a foundation. That
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about your foundation.
So, shortly after, all of this happened, I got invited to go out to Duke and speak, and with the organization called No Stomach for Cancer. They're out of Wisconsin. They actually asked me to be a board member, so I was elected as a board member for their organization. So I already knew that I was going to have to have my own foundation, because Anthony's cancer is becoming quite problematic. It was like unknown, and now it's starting to appear more. So it was number 11 when he died of the deadliest cancers. Now it's number 5, and there's a great pathway for me. Meaning, not many people are talking about stomach cancer in African American males. Anthony's life, he lived a great life. He enjoyed himself. He drank his alcohol. He ate his red meat. But there's a correlation, to why he had that type of CDN1 gene that mutated as quickly and as fastly, as fast as it did. And it's important for me to reach that community of African American men to say, hey, look, these are the precursors: cancer in your family, being African American, having had one or two parents or relatives that have had cancer, testing positive for H. pylori, which is Helicobacter that forms in your gut. And also, red meat, eating a lot of exotic foods. My husband ate every kind of food you could imagine because he loved to cook. He was like a chef. And also alcohol. And a lot of alcohol consumption. So with that being said, it's important for me to really speak to that group. And there's not any Black women talking about stomach cancer in the stomach cancer communities that I'm a part of. So I knew then, yes, I have a great calling here. I'm going to do something with this story. His life is not going to be in vain. I'm going to make sure that people understand what happened to my husband doesn't have to happen to your husband. And it doesn't have to happen to your loved one. You can get in front of this, before it gets bad. We found out about it, and he was already like stage 3. So it was hard for me to get in front of it. I took it very personally that he passed away. Because I'm a nurse, and I felt like I didn't have enough time to get in front of it. But anyway, the foundation is called the Anthony L. Bass Stomach Cancer Foundation. And you can go online and you can look at the foundation. There's a lot of information on there. You can donate. The donation, the money will be given to families who need to get transported to their doctor's appointments, to caregivers, who need hotel stays while their loved one is in the hospital receiving treatment. I'm getting ready to do a comedy relief tour, so that will be listed and posted on the foundation as well. I was set to speak in Indianapolis in October at a All Cancers Matter ball, but the founder of that foundation, her cancer just came back, so she had to postpone it. So I won't be going, but that is on there as well. We'll change that date when it's important for us to do that. But yeah, I'm excited about what God has for me in the way of being an advocate, for stomach cancer. Yeah.
I'm excited for you, and I want all my listeners to reach out. Follow you on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
It's my name. It's Anissa Marie Bass.
Okay, Anissa, Anissa Marie, Marie Bass. Do you
all those S's?
All those S's, right? Yes. So did you catch how I pronounce R's? R's?
Yeah, I do now.
Yeah.
Why you pronounce it that way?
So I watched the movie Black Klansman.
Okay.
Yeah, and so in the movie, the black guy, he was very articulate, and so he was talking to David Duke of the Ku Klux Klan, and the guy was saying, he said, "Hey, how you're not black, He said, "How can you tell me? How do you know I'm not black?" He said, "I know you're not black." He said, "How do you know? How can you tell just by talking to me on the phone?" He said, "Because of the way you pronounce your R's. Black people say aura." and when he said that, he continued to have this conversation with David Duke, got his Ku Klux Klan card and everything. The thing was that he would have one of the white guys, one of the other detectives, go to in his stead, right? But he would be the one, he's the one who infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan as a detective, and so that's why whenever a moment comes up for me to pronounce R's, I say aura.
Well, I don't say aura. I just say aura.
But yeah, so it's good seeing you, Anissa. We definitely have to get together, and we thank you for coming out and sharing. your story, your testimony, and your perspective. And I really do appreciate that. Oh, we got your book.
And you got my book. I want to show it to you real quick so your readers will know where they can get it.
Tell me about your book.
So my book, I wrote my book during COVID, and it was actually right before my husband got diagnosed. I actually published it after his passing. He told me to make sure I got my book done because he was so proud of me that I got it done. The book is about 44 life lessons of hurt, love, and triumph. A lot of people like to come talk to me about their problems and, different things that go on in their lives. And so I pride myself on being able to navigate through a lot of, toils and snares, but I give all that glory to God. It wasn't me. It was just, my tenacity to bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to, I have a management Lady J, and her thing is she's the bounce back queen. And I like that because that means through all the things that we go through in this life, if you can just get up.
Yes.
If you can just open your eyes and look up, you can get up. You just have to know. You have to know that. And so this book, it just basically talks to, it speaks to anyone who is struggling, in their lives with, addictions. I had a parent that was addicted to drugs, and it talks about how I got through that. It talks about my divorce. It talks about how me and my husband got back remarried with forgiveness and, understanding, unconditional love. It talks about friendships. It talks about the 3 miscarriages I had, the military sexual trauma that I experienced in the military. There's a lot of wealth of knowledge and lessons in this book. This is my heart and soul. I opened it up, and I was very truthful and honest, about a lot of things that happened to me in my life. And so I'm very proud of this work. So this book is available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Kindle. And I'm getting ready to upload it to Audible.
Yes, go ahead.
I just completed that, and I'm gonna do an ebook. So yeah, I'm
Beautiful.
proud of this one.
Good job, great work.
Yeah.
So, thank you again. You're always welcome to come on back. I know when you get your book, Good Grief. That once you get that published, come on back and talk to us about that, and we have our listeners. Come on and support you in that book too.
I appreciate it. I will. I'll do just that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and close out. Here we go. Let me see. Let me tell you something. Your boy, right? I got my theme song, and you heard it here. The champ.
What's the song? I can't hear it.
Hold on. Can you hear it?
No. Okay, I can hear it now. What's that?
This is my song. It's The Champ Is Here. And yes, I got this song produced as my theme song.
It's your song.
My song.
Oh wow! Right.
Yes, and I'm telling you. So I tell you, we did it here on Intimate Discovery. Anissa Bass, author, publisher, actress. Let's go.
Let's go. They said I wouldn't make it, but I'm here now.
I'm here. No, that's not me. No. Because we're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. I'm on my way. I'm like,
I'm proud of you.
yes. So remember to like, subscribe, share. Because we're going worldwide. We're global. We're global. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. All right. Champ Frank out. Yes. Ow! Let's go.
They said I wouldn't make it, but I'm here now.
Hey, I love you. When you need something.
Go down. Cause I'm
When
a
you need something.
a
I'm here.
champion. Cause I'm a champion. Cause I'm
When
a
you need something, not if you need something. When you need something, just put me on the line. Just put me on the line. Just know that I'm on the line. All right? All right. You too. Okay. All right. Okay. I talk to you later. Okay. Bye bye.